What's up, everybody? Steve Bailey here, and today we're going to talk about cashback on your credit cards and how to track that in YNAB. So let's take a look. All right, one of the biggest questions I often see when I'm looking on the internet is how to handle cashback in YNAB. If you have a credit card, which I recommend you do have a credit card, and you use it to pay for purchases, you're going to get cash back. It's basically free money. So the problem comes in how do you track that in YNAB? YNAB, for those of you who don't know, is You Need a Budget. You can get a copy at youneedabudget.com, or you can hit my affiliate link, steve-bailey.com/YNAB, and check it out. But YNAB is fantastic when it comes to budgeting, but it does have some things that you need to figure out how to use, and cashback is one of them. So I'm going to flip over here to my desktop, and I'm going to show you how to handle cashback in YNAB. So what I've done here is I have set up a basic budget. This is nothing fancy. If you want to know how to set up a budget, just check out one of my other YNAB videos. But in this case, what I've done is I've basically set up a paycheck of $100, and I went into my budget and I budgeted $100 to $50 to internet, $50 to groceries, just as a demonstration, just to put some money in different categories. I also have a credit card here where I'm going to pay for my groceries and pay for my internet. So I just want to show you how YNAB works. And the way YNAB works is when I spend money on internet, regardless of whether I pay for it cash or whether I pay for it on a credit card, money is still leaving my life going to internet and to groceries. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that when I go to the credit card and I add a transaction, and I'm going to call it internet, and I'm going to make it for the internet, I'm going to record an outflow of $50 as soon as I fix my keyboard. Let's take a look at what that does to the budget. So you can see that I have spent $50, and that $50 has moved from my internet This shows what I budgeted, this shows what I spent, this shows what I've got left. So you can see here in my internet, I spent $50, and that $50 that was here has moved up to my credit card payment. That's just showing you that. So let's go in and let's go ahead and add a grocery, and let's call that an outflow of $50 as well. So again, what you're going to see is you're going to see the $50 here has moved up to here. So the money that's sitting in my checking account is not my money. That is the money that belongs to the credit card. So as soon as I pay the credit card, if you notice, when I do the credit card payment, I would do a transfer to the credit card of $100. You'll see that is now zero. I had $100 budgeted for my credit card payment. I paid $100 to my credit card payment. So now that money is gone from my life and has paid the credit card, and everything is showing zero. But that's not what I wanted to show you today. What I want to show you today is how to handle cashback. Now, cashback comes in one of two ways. Cashback can either be cash that goes into your bank account, and some credit card companies will do that. They will literally give you cash to put into your bank account. And then some credit cards will do a statement credit, so that you basically don't get the money, you just don't pay them as much as you should. So I'm going to show you both scenarios. So in the case of the credit card, if it comes as a credit to your credit statement, what you're going to see is you're going to see a credit on your credit card. So it'll look something like this. So I'm going to go ahead and do a statement credit. I'm not going to fill in a category for right now because I want to show you that. And it's going to be, let's say, $10. Okay. Now, the first thing that YNAB is going to complain about is every transaction needs a category. So I wanted you to see that, but let's take a look, before I put in a category, let's take a look at what happens on the budget. You can see right now on the budget, I've got $90 budgeted, and I've got $10 in uncategorized transactions. That's a $10 credit that I got. So I only owe $90. I've got $90 budgeted. And I've got a $10 credit. So the way you handle a statement credit is you basically put it into inflow ready to assign. That gives it a credit, but now let's take a look at what happens. So I've given it a category, everybody's happy. I come back to the budget, I see that I don't have that uncategorized anymore. I have no money available, but I still have $100 budgeted towards my credit card. So when you have a statement credit, the correct way to handle it is step one, you're going to go in and you're going to categorize the inflow ready to assign. Step two is you're going to come into your credit card and you're going to subtract $10. Whatever your statement credit is, you're going to subtract that from your credit card. That's going to give you $10 ready to assign somewhere else. Let's say I put it in electric. Okay, so now you can see I've got a $10 statement credit. I owe $90. The credit card balance is $90. And I have $100 in my checking account. So now when I pay the credit card, I only owe them $90. Or excuse me, you gotta go down here. I only owe them $90. So I will do a payment from the checking in the amount of $90. That leaves $10 in my budget for the electric, because remember I put it into that category, and it pays off the credit card bill. So I'm going to take this out. Now, if I didn't budget it, you would see that I still have $10 ready to assign, and that's from the statement credit. So the statement credit is money I had budgeted for the credit card, but I don't need to budget for the credit card because they've basically given me a credit. So I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to show you the other way. So let me remove this, and let me remove this. Okay, so we're back to where we were. Let me take this out. All right, we're back to 2 charges on the credit card, $50, $50, payment of $100. So we're right back to where we started. Now, the other way that you can get a statement credit would be if they put the cash directly into your bank account. So in that case, you still owe $100 to the bank, or excuse me, to the credit card, but they're giving you $10 cash in your account. And that would show up this way. That would show up as a checking account transaction, and that would be a cash back from credit card. Now, it may be called something different depending on your credit card. But again, this is going to be an inflow of $10. Now, in this case, again, it needs a category, so you're still going to assign it ready to assign. Every transaction has to have a category, so that's the category I'm giving it. Now let's take a look at what happened to the budget. So you can see I still owe $100 to the credit card. I still have a $100 bill on the credit card, so this is still balancing out. And I have $10 ready to assign. This is the money that they have deposited into my account as a cashback award for using the credit card. Hope you found this valuable. If you did, give the video a like. Give the channel a subscribe if you think that we're worthy. Anyway, that's it. Take care. God bless. And I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.